Tonight, a video game enthusiast encounters his own ghouls and ghosts.
I want to know who or what is causing this.
Will this special investigator catch these apparitions in the act? Or will the chance to catch evidence of the paranormal get cancelled by Warner Brothers Games?
I looked over everything, I listened to everything, and I can pretty confidently say
Our destination tonight is the home of SCXCR, an Ohio native who moved into a new residence with his wife 4 years ago. Built in 1982, this land was part of a Native American burial ground, which was in use until 1982.
I was not informed when I bought the house about the burial ground, no.
As a video game streamer, speedrunner, and reviewer, SCVCR is often awake well into the night. Since moving in, SEXER has experienced a wide variety of paranormal activity. Objects would be knocked off shelves in the living room, and cabinets would behave strangely.
I was walking to the kitchen for my usual 3 a.m. soda, and in the living room, I saw one of the cabinets to the entertainment center swing open. And there was a wisp-like shape by the door as it happened. And those doors aren't loose. They latch shut, and you need a decent amount of strength to open them.
But that would pale in comparison to what happened to SCORE a couple months later.
I was recording game footage for a video I was working on, and all of a sudden I heard a voice. It sounded like it was telling me to go somewhere, like, come on, get going. I got up and I don't know why, but I went into the living room and I saw a shadow moving behind the glass double doors of the sunroom. We never found out what that was.
The two other witnesses to one or both of these events had no comment on what they saw.
I just want some resolution here. I want to know who or what is causing this so that they can just move on. Wait, was it they can move on or we can move on? Do I need to do another take of that?
For this investigation, we called in the lead investigator of the District of Ohio's Unexplained Bullshit Team, Luigi Sessel, a man who has been tracking down paranormal entities for more than 17 minutes. He sat down with SCXC BBD shortly after arriving. And then, they stood up. 4 cameras were stationed around the house. One looking across the living room, one aimed at FUCKR's office, one inside the sunroom, and one overlooking the entrance of the home, where no paranormal activity had been reported. Because you could never be too prepared. And once the sun had gone down completely, the lights went out, and Luigi and CSINY began investigating.
This episode of Looking Paranormally is brought to you by Cherry Coke Share. For those of us who aren't as skilled at tasks such as opening a can of Cherry Coke or storing it properly, Cherry Coke Share has educational courses on how to do so as skillfully and efficiently as possible. Learn how to put cans of Cherry Coke in the fridge so that they can be reached easily in every possible shelving arrangement. Learn how to open Cherry Coke cans without losing a single drop of the sweet nectar within, even if you're opening the can upside down. Sign up with a code, yet another subscription you can't afford, to get your first month of access to Cherry Coke Share at the regular price. Cherry Coke Share. Explore your Cherry Coke.
Once the sun was down, the investigation began in SCAT's office, where he and Luigi used micro recorders to try and catch any responses to their questions.
Is there anyone else here with us?
Yes.
I mean, other than you.
Oh, okay.
Does it bother you that someone else lives here now?
Were you talking to me?
No, the spirits.
Oh. Are there spirits?
I don't know yet.
At this point, something strange was captured by one of the micro recorders.
Were you talking to me?
No, the spirits.
Oh, were you talking to me?
No, the spirits.
Oh, were you talking to me?
No, the spirits.
Oh, were you talking to me?
No, the spirits.
Oh.
Did the spirits in this home have too much to drink before trying to make contact with our investigator? From there, they moved to the living room. As they did so, the quality of one of the video cameras suddenly dropped to 360p. Could this be an entity from the burial ground using the camera's battery power to manifest? They performed another session, in which Luigi used a device called a spirit box to try and make contact with any paranormal entities.
The white noise can be used by spirits to communicate with us.
How?
How long have you been living here?
About 3 years.
Not you! You know what? Why don't you ask a question?
Okay, how are you? What? I think that's a fair question.
What was that?
At that moment, the camera set up outside caught this in front of the house. Could this be a shadowy manifestation trying to tell SCISSOR to recycle? For the last phase of the investigation, Luigi and SSX moved to the sunroom, where Luigi would attempt to catch concrete evidence of the paranormal.
What are you doing?
I'm trying to get my dailies on Pokemon Go, but my connection keeps dropping.
Why?
Did the spirits try to gather power to manifest by leeching off the house's Wi-Fi connection? And are these splotches on the ground that look like sunlight actually these spirits trying to manifest?
Okay. Can you, not you, move the ball for us? What? Don't get the ball.
I'm demonstrating for them.
Just get the ball. Just get the ball.
Alright, fine. Maybe the ghosts are visual learners, man. Come
They're
on.
spirits, not toddlers.
I mean, some ghosts can be toddlers.
Yes, but not all spirits are toddlers. Squares and rectangles, man. Come on.
As the geometry lesson began, the ball seemed to wobble slightly. Could this indicate the presence of spirits frustrated that their baseball careers were cut short? With time running short, Luigi and SC Extraterrestrial wrap up for the night. Luigi now has the equivalent of a few days' worth of audio and video to meticulously examine for any signs of paranormal activity. 24 hours later, they meet up again to discuss what he found.
Now, I'm sure you're curious how the investigation went.
Yeah, I thought I heard some things again last night after you left.
I bet you did. I looked over everything, I listened to everything, and I can pretty confidently say your house is not haunted.
What?
Yeah.
You found nothing.
Oh, nothing that can't be explained by something completely rational or you being an idiot.
What do you mean by that?
Well, there was this while we were in the office.
Were you talking to me?
No, spirits.
Oh. And you're telling me that's nothing?
Well, that was an audio engineer belching in the background.
Oh?
And the mysterious figure was, in fact, the same audio engineer just throwing their soda can away outside.
Oh?
And then there was the ball in this room, the sunroom, which, because the audio engineer made the floor uneven, it was moving around slightly.
Oh?
Did the spirits possess the audio engineer in an effort to sabotage the investigation?
I also looked into the experiences you mentioned earlier.
Oh?
Yeah, and I think I can explain those too.
Oh?
You mentioned there was a...
Oh?
Can I finish?
Oh, yeah, sorry, go ahead.
Alright. You mentioned the cabinet door swinging open late one night, but I asked your wife about this and she said the cabinet was already open. And the wisp-like thing you saw when the door opened, that was your cat batting the door open.
Why would you betray me like this? But what about the stuff falling off the shelves in the living room?
That was your snake getting loose and crawling around all the shelves.
Now hold on a second. You think I wouldn't notice a snake getting loose and crawling around the shelves?
Was it dark when you checked?
I mean, yeah, but...
And do you notice what's on your left hand right now?
Oh, hey, Pocket.
And as for the night you heard someone say, "Come on, get going," you said you were playing video games at the time?
Yes?
Was that exactly what you heard?
Not really. It was just something like that.
Something like this?
Where did you get that?
What game were you playing at the time?
Shadow Man?
There you go. That audio's from Shadow Man.
Uh-huh. And what about the shadowy figure I saw in this room?
That was our audio engineer trying to break into your house.
What?!
Tickety-dee.